Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Crypto Sherpa Live channel where I read you those cryptocurrency news articles so you don't have to. Now, who else is freaking out, flipping out there? Because the title says, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Always, every time this happens, people start getting so worried about the price and everything about crypto, Bitcoin. It's like geez, guys, just take a moment, sit back. Don't go be panicking and want to go sell all your Bitcoin right now. Go, oh, this isn't worth it. Trust me, I've seen and heard a lot of it this week. Just because the price has dipped, it's a good time to buy still. Because like when we were at 70,000 a couple months ago, people were like, "Oh man, I wish I had the opportunity to get in at lower prices." Well, this is your opportunity. And plus, usually September is like a time when like the crypto price and all like even stocks prices out there like kind of suffer. But we gotta look forward to October, or how everyone usually calls it, Uptober. And yeah, so like we thought like the times would be different. Bitcoin hit all-time highs like a couple months ago. And we're like, it's a cycle different or whatnot. But turns out it's following traditional cycle runs. So yeah, so September might not be a good month, but then once October hits, we may see some good signs. So yeah, so again, I have a couple of news articles for you. And the first one's really going to go over the September, October article. El Salvador's 3-year anniversary, MasterCard and their own crypto wallet card, and a couple others out there. So let's dive right on into it to hopefully ease your mind out there. So this first one's coming from Decrypt. And again, Bitcoin usually suffers in September, but October is right around the corner. Bitcoin's price has been historically weak this month, mirroring Wall Street's September effect, but brighter days are in the horizon. They are. So guys, just go outside, touch grass, go to the beach, take a swim, do whatever you need. Just like don't focus on the price so much right now because there's so many just like negative articles out there, just price predictions, whereas what's going to go, you can't really trust those. But yeah, let's read this article. September has historically been a difficult month for the US stocks, and when it comes to Bitcoin market, the so-called September effect could be just a prevalent, and the performance of the price of Bitcoin this first week lends credency to the theory. Now, Wall Street's phenomenon has been well documented for nearly a century now. Since 1929, the S&P 500 has declined in September 55% at the time. Now, according to open markets, by far most out of any month and the only individual month that has declined at least 50% of the time over the last 94 years. Now, these analytics cites traders' vacation schedules and financial firms' fiscal calendars as potential factors for it. Now, Bitcoin's track record is comparatively short. However, the market has experienced noticeable weakness during the first month of the fall, and since 2013, Bitcoin's price has declined in September 8 times, according to CoinGlass data. Now, the asset's price has started this month with more than an 8% slide, outpacing an average drop of 5% over the past decade. Now, September is one of only 2 months to average losses since 2013, with June the only other negative month with a negative 0.35% average price movement. Now, during that span, September is by far the worst month over the last decade on average, according to this chart right here. Now, even though Bitcoin has exited September green only 3 times since 2013, Jake Ostrovix, an OTC trader at the market maker, Wintermute, told Decrypt that the red trend is far more gospel. Now, with the market like to focus on September's effect, given its historic performance, the small sample size makes it difficult to use as leader's indicator. He said, pointing out that Bitcoin returned nearly 4% last September. Now, Ostrovix pointed out to several other factors driving Bitcoin's price action in the short term that arguably hold more importances. He said that liquidity trends, macroeconomic conditions, and the crypto market's overall sentiment are better gauges to watch than any calendar date. Now, when we look at an average return, it's important to consider outliers. Grayscale's managing director of research, Zach Pandel, told Decrypt that, for example, Bitcoin's average return of 46% in November is heavily influenced by gains in 2013, when the asset price pushed 450% higher. Now, controversially, he said a few rough years for the S&P 500 in the 1930s have also contributed to the September effect in equities. Now, Bitcoin's price was up slightly last September and October, and historically had the highest average returns, and Pandel said that we would therefore expect only the most impatient traders to position for any September effect, and for most investors to focus on Bitcoin improving fundamentals like upcoming Fed rate cuts and growing institutional adoption. Now, most economists view the September effect as an inexplicable anomaly with little relevance, according to Investopedia. That's partially because it challenges the efficient market hypothesis, which holds that an asset's secondary market price will always reflect all available information. Still, Bitcoin's weakness in September has often been followed by gains. Since 2013, Bitcoin's average drop of 5% in September has been followed by a 22% gain in October and 46% jump in November during the crypto market bull run of 2021. Now, the trend was referred to as Uptober for it. So we usually do see gains, dips, and whatnot going on. So again, I know we were kind of tricked like a couple months ago because we thought cycles were going to be different. We're going to keep going up. We reach an all-time high, but now it's still a good time to just dollar cost average back into maybe some of those altcoins you got and like just try to. But trends and signs show that we will do an increase in October and then November, and nothing to worry about there. But again, that's September for you, and October is just right around the corner. So, all right. So that's our first article we have for you. What else do I have? Well, looks like it's been 3 years since Bitcoin has been adopted by El Salvador. How are they doing? Well, let's go through this article to find out. So, El Salvador marks 3 years of Bitcoin adoption with $31 million in profit. Despite the widespread initial criticism, El Salvador is sitting on over $31 million worth of Bitcoin profits. So, woo! Way to go, El Salvador! Yeah, so I knew these guys were going to be in the profit. They made a great choice 3 years ago, and they are definitely showing it, especially right now. I can't wait to see what it's going to be like in 2 months again after the October starts beginning. So we're probably get a good article showing like how much profits they're in. But yeah, let's go over this anniversary article for them. El Salvador is celebrating its Bitcoin anniversary, marking 3 years since the country's adopted Bitcoin as legal tender. El Salvador became the world's first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender 3 years ago on September 7th, 2021 to promote financial inclusion and facilitate more efficient remittance payments and attract financial innovation. President Nayib Bukele's decision to adopt Bitcoin made the country a historic digital asset pioneer. According to Alex Malmote, founder and CEO of crypto trading platform Peanut Trade, he told Cointelegraph that El Salvador's experiment with Bitcoin can be seen as a success. The country acted as a pioneer, taking risks and trying something radically new. While it's still too early to declare whether all aspects of the reform were successful, it's clear that El Salvador has reaped some of the benefits. Now, El Salvador is in profit. El Salvador has been dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin since 2021, buying 1 full Bitcoin daily as part of its adoption plan. The country's wallet is currently sitting on over $31 million worth of profit, according to Nayib Bukele, Portfolio Tracker's website. Now, here he is with, who is he with? I think they're looking at Bitcoin City. Is there a chart for that? No. It doesn't say who he is with, but El Salvador bought its Bitcoin holdings at an average price of $43,877 per Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin traded at $54,300 as of 10:55 a.m. UTC time today at September 7th. Now, according to Mama, El Salvador's $31 million Bitcoin profit makes the decision a net positive in the economic terms despite initial criticism, the CEO told Cointelegraph. The financial gains further strengthens Bukele's position as the initiative now appears to be yielding tangible benefits and adding another layer of validation to his bold cryptocurrency experiment. Now, El Salvador currently holds a total of 5,865 Bitcoin worth over $318 million, according to the country's website. Now, some of you out there may be going like, 5,800, that's tiny compared to MicroStrategy. They were a small, poor country, but they definitely turned it around by them doing it. They were getting Bitcoin at a very, very cheap price because 3 years ago, Bitcoin was like at 17,000, 20,000, remember those low ranges. So by acquiring this and like getting a hold of it before everyone else was a genius plan. Now, President Nayib Bukele's decision received widespread criticism after Bitcoin fell from its previous all-time high of 69,000 in November 2021. After the collapse of FTX's exchange, El Salvador's Bitcoin holdings fell deeply in the red after Bitcoin fell as low as 16,000 during the bear market. Now, why have major economies followed suit? Well, since Bitcoin's economy model benefits early adopters, crypto investors anticipated a wave of countries following El Salvador's bold decision to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. However, only one additional country has since adopted Bitcoin as legal tender, while major economies remain hesitant. In April 2022, the Central African Republic became the second country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender and legalized the use of cryptocurrency to bolster the economy and financial inclusion. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you guys didn't know that out there, that the CAR, or Central African Republic, made it legalized tender as well, but they're just not so much in the news compared to El Salvador. But yeah, we do have two countries out there that have made it legal tender. But larger economies will likely stray away from Bitcoin adoption due to their dependence on relationships with international creditors, explained Mamont. He was like, the bigger the country, the less likely it is to take such risks. This is because larger economies often depend on relationships with international creditors who strongly oppose to such moves. Even El Salvador was pressured by the International Monetary Fund to reverse its decision in 2021. According to Harshwit Gangwar, the head of marketing at investor relations at Transact, told Cointelegraph that in hindsight, El Salvador was a trailblazer for normalizing Bitcoin as both an everyday currency and as a national investment. And the subsequent institutional adoption in other global regions has vindicated that decision. If El Salvador had left it until today to make Bitcoin legal tender, it's fair to say there would be much less pushback with it. Now, Brazilian lawmakers have expressed interest in establishing a legal framework for Bitcoin adoption, but concrete regulations have still yet to be developed. So maybe we'll see after this year's election and everything, if Trump does get in and there is actually some crypto changes within the US, like it'll probably start pushing even more countries to adopt it. But yeah, there's other articles out there with El Salvador. We've heard that like at least, even though like every single business can accept Bitcoin, only 20% of them actually do right now. But again, it's still the start. It's early. It's like if shit hits the fan, then like they're at least ready to utilize this other currency outside of the US dollar. So yeah, but that is the El Salvador news. Congratulations, guys. Keep it up. You guys are killing it. Keep doing that one Bitcoin a day because again, pretty soon it's gonna be dried up and we're just be handing out Satoshis. So just keep getting it while you can. So that is that. Let's move on to our next article involving MasterCard and how they're enabling a crypto debit card. So yes, this was pretty recent after MetaMask, the Web3 crypto wallet, released theirs. This article is coming from Decrypt. And Mercury launches the MasterCard-enabled crypto debit card. The virtual spend card, available in the European Union, comes a few weeks after MetaMask launched its own crypto to fiat debit card. Now, crypto payments firm Mercurio has released its MasterCard debit card for crypto holders in Europe. The virtual payment method called Spend enables users to turn their crypto holdings into fiat to make purchases at more than 90 million merchants in the MasterCard network, Mercurio said in a statement on Thursday that the digital card is issued by Polish fintech company Quico. Now, Spend aims to become a widely accepted payment method, leveraging Mercurio's competitive off-ramp fees and security, the company said. Now, the launch of Spend marks a significant milestone in our journey towards democratizing access to cryptocurrency and integrating it seamlessly with the traditional payment world. Now, Mercurio co-founder and CEO Petra Kozygov said in a statement that Spend is enabled or is embedded into a non-custodial wallet, meaning its users can store and manage the keys to their crypto holdings, and it is compatible with 4D cryptocurrencies including Ethereum, Solana, and others, according to Mercurio. And again, always remember, guys, not your keys, not your coin. So if you don't have access to your seed phrase, it's not your coin. So man, they're enabling it. Kudos. Now, the company says cryptocurrencies sold with Spend are immediately available on the virtual card versus the delay they would typically experience with a bank. At launch, the debit card is available to crypto holders in the European Economic Area, and however, Mercurio soon plans to roll out access to Spend in other regions around the globe. Now, the monthly spending limit for Spend is 40,000. I do not know what that sign is. I'm sorry. With a $1.60 in issuance fee for card users and a $1 per month maintenance fee. Now, the card issuer required users to comply with anti-money laundering and know your consumer rules. Mercurio's debut of its crypto to fiat MasterCard debit card follows the launches of several similar MasterCard payment methods targeting digital asset holdings in over the past few years. Now, in August, MetaMask launched a debit card with MasterCard, allowing users to use virtual tokens such as Bitcoin for purchases from popular stores Meanwhile, Bybit began offering a debit card last year that converts a handful of digital tokens to fiat currencies. So there's many ways you can spend your cryptocurrencies. Like, which one do I like to use? I prefer the Fold card. Like, you can actually use that. You can load it up with Bitcoin, spend it, or I don't know why you would do that. You can just actually spend normal money and earn Bitcoin with it. So instead of spending my Bitcoin, I'm actually spending money and getting sats back with it. So I do have a link down below for the Fold card if you want to sign up for that. But there, if you want to spend cryptocurrencies, there's ways out there to do it where you don't have to just sell it and then cash out to your bank. There's actually cards for it. But that is the MasterCard debit card news for you. What else? Oh yeah, so we got some news on Ethereum. Have you ever been wondering about what's going to be, or what's its vision for the next 10 years? Well, Vitalik Buterin tells us on News Today what his plans are for the Ethereum network. Let's go over this one and find out. So Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin is optimistic about the protocol's future. With defined upgrades, he believes will come on the network in the coming decades, speaking on the Bankless podcast. Now, the blockchain innovator gave a projection that he believes might see everyone participating in running the Ethereum network. Now, Ethereum nodes become fully mobile. Ethereum is the biggest decentralized smart contract network that runs on nodes. As it stands, thousands of people run these nodes in a sophisticated computing environment. Now, though the protocol is decentralized, a high entry requirement contributes to the growth in his projections for the future. And Vitalik Buterin sees Ethereum nodes running on mobile phones. He said that the team would have made breakthroughs in ensuring light and computations makes this possible. Here we hear a little quick 45-second video. I'll play this for you from Vitalik. So let's play this. I hope you guys can hear it.
So if you're in 2032, you have a node. Your node runs on your phone. Every 12 seconds or 32 seconds or whatever number we agree on, you download 3.6 megabytes of data. You hash it. You do a couple of elliptic curve equations to check a snark. That's it. You know the block is valid. Wait 12 seconds, get 3.6 megabytes of data, hash it, do some elliptic curve operations, verify the snark, and valid. 12 seconds later, data, hash, elliptic curve check, valid. The whole process just becomes incredibly sleek and seamless to the point where like literally a phone could even do it, right? Because it's incredibly light on computation. The only thing that it's heavy on is data, and data just happens to be the thing that phones are increasingly getting insanely good at and will get even better at over the next 10 years. That to me is what I see the final goal being from the protocol standpoint. So if you're
so that is his final goal. I felt like I was talking like him now. Everybody always says I talk so fast, like slow down. We'll just slow down the YouTube video if you're watching. But no, yeah, so he plans on running nodes on phones. I'm kind of actually doing that with the Theta network out there, coming to Android devices in a couple days, literally. So yeah, I can definitely easily see that coming to Ethereum as well. But he noted that the mobile phone node operator can download data and hash it in under 12 seconds. With the node solving elliptic curve equations to check a snark will be possible. Now, if this is done, he is optimistic that verifying a node will become very sleek and seamless. Buterin said that the challenge with this projection lies in the heavy data involved. However, he believes mobile phones are incredibly improving in advantage storage space. With his vision, Ethereum appears to be on track to redefine innovation around smart contract networks. Now, the unstoppable advantages to this. Now, the Ethereum blockchain is the first smart contract protocol, and it has continued to set new standards for other Layer 1 networks. Over the past few years, the protocol has introduced a series of upgrades, including its biggest transition from proof of work to proof of stake via the merge. In a recent Deacon upgrade, the gas fee for its Layer 2 networks was stepped down to make the protocol more usable. Ethereum has courted many updates, with many more in the pipeline in the coming days, and these upgrades are generally a way of fighting off the strong competition from rivals like Solana and Cardano. Cardano. I do like Cardano. Solana I do not like, but Ethereum and Cardano, But yeah, these upgrades definitely help keep them in the ahead, the better one out of them all, because all those two other ones were considered like Ethereum killers back in the day, but there's no such thing as an Ethereum killer. Ethereum's going to be here for a long, long time. So that is the Ethereum news and what's Vitalik planning for the next 10 years. So, very exciting. Now, I did mention Theta in the last video, and yeah, this next article is a new partnership with their Theta Edge Cloud network. So let's go through this one. So Seoul's Women's of University taps into Theta's Edge Cloud to power AI research with DPIN. So Theta Labs has signed a multi-year agreement with Seoul's Women's University to provide its AI research labs access to Theta's Edge Cloud's decentralized GPU computing power. As stated in a press release shared with Crypto.news, the partnership will allow the AI to Everything Lab and the SWU to leverage Theta's Edge Cloud's decentralized network of GPUs, reducing costs and boosting computational power for their AI research across healthcare, bioinformatics, and finance. So yeah, if you guys still thought that Theta was just a decentralized streaming network, they dipped into actually being the backbone of powering AI networks out there. But yeah, so built on top of the Theta network, Theta's Edge Cloud is a DPIN-powered hybrid cloud edge computing platform, and it utilizes over 30,000 distributed nodes to offer scalable, cost-effective GPU computing resources for AI, media, and entertainment applications, enabling users to tap into a global network of decentralized computing power. Last year, the project secured a $1 million investment from VC firm DWF Labs. According to Theta Labs, the partnership with SWU's AIX Labs exemplifies how decentralized physical infrastructure networks solve real-world problems. Now, it is reducing the cost in AI research. Faced with the rising cost of GPUs for AI research, universities find traditional methods like maintaining in-house GPU clusters or using expensive cloud services increasingly unsustainable. Now, Theta Labs CEO Mitch Liu noted that Theta's Edge Cloud offers a solution by reducing these costs by at least 50 to 70% and increasing research productivity fivefold. Now, the messages from the university is unanimous. GPU access for AI research is a major financial logistical hurdle. By lowering these barriers and accelerating setup times, we're supercharging innovation across the entire ecosystem, benefiting everyone in the field, Liu told Crypto News. Now we have Professor Mincio Park, who will lead the collaboration, stated that Theta's decentralized GPU network will bridge the gap between academic ambitions and practical constraints, with the collaboration representing a significant step in democratizing AI research. Now let's take a look at the DPIN sector and how it's seeing growth. Now, this multi-year agreement with SWU builds on Theta Labs' previous partnership with Daejeon-based KAIST University, which uses Theta's Edge Cloud for computer vision and natural language processing, and Seoul-based Yonsei University for AI model training. This new collaboration with the SWU further strengthens Theta's Edge Cloud growing footprint in academia. Meanwhile, the DPIN sector has rapidly gained traction in the crypto space, with Messari forecasting its market value to reach $3.5 trillion by 2028. Now, with its ability to remove intermediaries and give users more power, DPIN is emerging as one of the most promising technologies out there. Now, as reported by Crypto.news, early-stage DPIN projects have attracted significant venture capital funding this year, raising over $246 million across 70 deals by August 2024, and the growing market is at 296% surge year over year. So that's another partnership under Theta's belt. Woo! Sorry for not doing any Theta video last week or even Divi video next week. It's Divi, there hasn't been any news to report on, so I can't really do an upgrade on that. Theta's video, I just got so busy last week I couldn't do a Theta update because there's still so much happening in this network. But I'm glad I was able to cover it during this live stream for you. But yeah, so that's the Theta network news for you and their Theta Edge Cloud if you just didn't know about it. Now, I should have just one more article for you guys to cover, and it's about why we do not take screenshots of our seed phrase when we do it. Because looks like there is a new Android malware that steals private keys from screenshots and images. According to a recent FBI warning, the North Korean hackers are aggressively targeting the crypto industry with well-disguised attacks. So yeah, when you guys set up your crypto wall, it's like just always be sure that like you back it up. You're not taking a screenshot of it, a photo, because like, oh, it helps me remember that data gets sent to the cloud. You write it on a piece of paper, put it in your safe or wherever you keep protected piece of paper, and you only pull it out when you need it. So just, it is common sense, but there's still people out there who do this anyways, and I hate when I hear people like do it because it's like, no, that's a no-go, don't do it. But let's see how they're actually getting this data and information. So, a new Android malware called Spy Agent, discovered by software security firm McAfee, can steal private keys stored in screenshots and images on smartphones' internal storage. More specifically, the malware uses a mechanism known as optical character recognition, otherwise known as OCR, and it scans images stored on a smartphone and extracts words from them. OCR is present in many technologies, including desktop computers, which can recognize and copy and paste text from images. McAfee Labs explained that the malware is distributed through malicious links sent through text messages. The cybersecurity company broke down the process, beginning with the unsuspecting user clicking on a link they received. So it looks like this all happened from January, June, and here's just some of the targets for how they did it. So yeah, so there is a bunch of I know I'm getting text messages too, all the time from scammers, just fake people don't even know, asking for a job. But those links in there may actually have a malware that will want to implement. So just never click on anything you do not know or do not know who it came from. Now, the link will redirect the users to a seamlessly legitimate website and prompt them to download an application presented as trustworthy. However, applications is the spy agent malware, and installing it will compromise the phone. According to the report, these fraudulent programs are disguised as banking apps, government applications, and streaming services. Upon installing the applications, users are prompted to give this application permission to access contacts, messages, and local storages. Now, here is a control panel of the malicious actors used to manage the data stolen from its victims. Now, currently, the malware mainly targets South Korean users and has been detected in over 280 fraudulent apps by McAfee Cybersecurities. So yeah, it may not have affected you guys at all because it's been mainly South Korean people, but hopefully you South Korean viewers out there who watch my show, I do actually watch the analytics, hopefully you are well aware of this. But malware attacks are on the rise in 2024. Similar malware is affecting Mac OS systems called Cthulhu Stealer, I covered that a while ago, was identified in August like a spy agent. Cthulhu Stealer disguises itself as a legitimate software application and steals personal information from the users, including MetaMask passwords, IP address, and private keys for cold wallets living on the desktop. During the same month, Microsoft discovered a vulnerability in Google Chrome's web browser, which was likely exploited by North Korean hacker group called Citron Sleet. The hacker group reportedly created fake cryptocurrency exchanges and used those sites to send fraudulent job applications to unsuspecting users, and any user who followed through with the process inadvertently installed remotely controlled malware on their system, which stole their private keys from the user. So again, like I say, when you write down your seed phrase, you put it away and you don't pull it out for anything unless you need to recover your wallet because your device got broken or whatnot. But these apps are out there are saying, oh, you got to input your seed phrase. Don't do that because that's a sign of a fake one, of a fake exchange. So don't do it. Your account's fine. Don't trust it. Just be careful. But since that time, the Chrome vulnerability has been patched. However, the frequency of the malware attacks prompted the Federal Bureau of Investigation to issue warnings about the North Korean hacker group. And yeah, I've covered at least 2 articles within the past couple months about the FBI making warnings. Was it really maybe a month of apart? But no, now they're even cracking down because I guess the news is just reaching them too. But no, so this is a warning to everyone out there. Just be careful what you click on. Don't take screenshots of your seed phrase. That's just common knowledge that you should know, but sometimes it just has to be repeated. But that is all the news I have for you on this Saturday evening. Hope you're having a good one. I had a pretty nice day myself so far. Did the radio show for the 21 million down in Inglewood. That was nice. Me and Heidi talked basically about the don't be so fearful about the prices right now and how people usually fear. We talked about AI. Then I went home, took a nap, relaxed, had a nice little sleep. It was good. I needed it. And then went to the gym, cut my hair, as you can see. I think it's looking good. What do you think? And now I'm here reporting the news. But that is about it. Let's take a look at the crypto bubbles and fear and greed index. Let's see where we're at with all the pricing. So we were in the red, but after 24 hours, stuff turned green again. So yeah, this doesn't seem so fearful anymore. It's okay, we're in the green. Sats. I wonder what the token that is, but it looks like that's up 18.2%. Starkna is at 6.6 and Gala 5. So interesting. But people are still fearful though right now, as we can see here on the fear and greed index once it loads up right here. Yesterday we were in the 30s, but it kept going down. I think a couple hours ago it was at 24, but now we're at 26. So people are still fearful. But again, when people are fearful, that's a good time to buy. But whenever we are greedy, just really take caution if you want to take a profit or not on it. So that's why I usually like following the Fear and Greed Index. But I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your evening, Sunday, weekend. Enjoy yourself. Go to the beach. Don't look at the charts so much. This is fine. It's a usual September, and October is just around the corner. So I hope you guys stay beautiful and classy, and I will see you on Monday. Peace.